Howdy there. I built myself a little stereo setup with a turntable. So if you know anything about me, you know that when I get into something, I really like to go all the way in on something. And that is no different for this. I built myself a nice little stereo setup. I have a turntable, a receiver, and I have some stereo speakers here, and I plan on adding more in the future. But let's just cut to the chase. Let's get a record spinning, see how this sounds. Do you like that little cinematic thing I did? I'm very proud of it. So I've been meaning to make myself a stereo setup like this for a while at this point. I've always had a couple of vinyls laying around. I have a ton of CDs. I don't have a CD player yet. That's on the list. But I've been meaning to do something like this for a while, and when I came back to College Station from winter break, I thought, I'm just going to wander around the pawn shops, see what I get, and I saw this receiver right here in basically new condition at a pawn shop for $100. And I thought to myself, there's no way I can pass this up. This must be a sign. So I picked up this used Sony STR-DH190 in basically new condition from this pawn shop, and then I had a receiver. It has like 4 regular inputs on the back as well as a phono input, which is really cool. Ton of inputs, so you can plug all kinds of stuff into this thing. So I had the receiver, and that's all I had. So I thought, oh, I need to, look at some other stuff. So I looked into getting a turntable. That was my primary thing, because records are the one thing that I can't play. I have a disc bay over there, and I have another disc bay in here that I can put CDs in, but I have no way of playing records. So I thought, I'm going to put the turntable at the top of my priority list. But I also don't have speakers, so I need to get some speakers. So I looked into turntables and speakers first and foremost. So I turned to the one place that I am very familiar with, that I love very dearly, that if you know me, you know I absolutely love going to: eBay. I am an eBay fiend! And so after about a week of combing through all kinds of forums, threads across all kinds of different websites, and making myself miserable, because I found out, if I found out one thing out of looking up what's a good, beginner cheap, used, but cheap, but not too cheap, equipment. One thing that I learned is that audiophiles aren't happy people. Nothing's good. Everything sucks. Nothing is good unless you spend $500,000 on your audio setup, and even then there are imperfections. That is what I learned. I am not an audiophile. I don't care if it is not perfect. I care if it's good. So after deal hunting, figuring out what kind of passive speakers work with my receiver, figuring out, what's not too cheap to where it'll sound like garbage, but what's expensive enough to where it's good enough, but not too expensive where it's going to break the bank. So I decided on these Polk T15 bookshelf speakers. I got these, and basically these are in immaculate condition for about $100 on eBay. Absolutely immaculate condition, and they sound great in this room. I do not have a subwoofer because I respect my neighbors. But yeah, these little bookshelf speakers, they're tiny and mighty. They do the job very well. They sound very clean. They provide a beautiful stereo sound. I'm trying to get the cover off. It's not working. The covers are also in immaculate condition. They don't even have a tear or anything on them. There it is. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. But I prefer it with the cover on. So I had the speakers, and, I didn't have them at the time. It took the seller 3 days to get them in the mail. But, I needed a turntable, and there is no way in hell that I was getting caught with a Crosley Cruiser or a suitcase record player. Nothing against the people who have those. Play your vinyl however you want to play your vinyl. But I am not getting caught with one of those. If I'm going to listen to records, I'm going to do it. I'm going to full send it. So I was thinking to myself, I want to get a record player. If I might buy new, I'm open to that. If, there's something good enough that, I may not have to perform maintenance on it right away, whatever. But if possible, I would prefer to get something used. And so I was scouring eBay. I was scouring all the forums. I was looking for deals, looking for this, that, and the other, looking for a great deal. I wish listed so many different turntables just to compare and contrast. And ooh, this one's selling for a good price. I'm gonna go check it out on the forums. And this, that, and the other. And this, that, and the other. Spent like a week on this alongside, looking for the speakers. And I eventually decided on, this is a Sony PSLX 410 in pretty good condition. The dust shield on the back has a little piece broken off, but I found it inside the thing whenever it got in the mail, so I guess it broke off in the mail. But other than that, it's in immaculate condition, works perfectly. Maybe. It works and does the job is what I'm trying to say. But I got it for $180 on eBay, and come to find out that this guy right here is from 1984. I knew vintage stereo stuff was kind of the meta to go for, but I don't know, I guess I didn't really think about how, wow, I'm buying this from 84 and it's working perfectly. The only thing I haven't done is replace the stylus and the cartridge, which I'm waiting on an Audio-Technica P-mount stylus and cartridge in the mail, but I had to spin some records with this thing because it does work. With the current one does work. I just want to refresh it. I'm not going to be spinning the same vinyl over and over again on this one. But yeah, no, it's absolutely beautiful. It looks awesome. It works great. It has the orange "It's a Sony" sticker on it, and it has the automatic play and all that. You can put it on repeat. It has the different sizes and speeds, all the things. It has the quartz lock, which I don't really fully understand what the quartz lock is, but I do understand that it's very good. And another thing that I learned whenever I was going through all the different turntables is that there's the belt drive ones and there are direct drive ones. And I was like, okay, well, what's the difference? And there's some minor differences in them, but I ended up going with a direct drive turntable. That's what this one is. Basically, the motor's directly hooked up to the spinning mechanism. It's not hooked up to a belt, which is then hooked up to the spinning mechanism or whatever. That's like the most basic, probably slightly wrong way to explain it, but belts you tend to have to replace more frequently because they wear out. So I thought, I don't really want to deal with replacing a belt. So I'm just going to get a direct drive. So that's what I did. And it's working great. So that's all the main equipment. And then I had to get some supporting, equipment, accessories, whatever you want to call it. I had to get some banana plugs in order to plug speaker wire into these so they could plug into these guys right here, the speakers. And then I also had to get some speaker wire. I got 100 feet of purple and black speaker wire. Is this a good brand? I don't know. Tell me it works and sounds good to me. But yeah, get this and you cut it up, and then it goes in the back of the receiver, and then you wire them to the banana plugs and you plug them into the speakers. And I also got a pair of wire cutters / strippers to be able to work with the speaker wire. But yeah, this is my turntable stereo system that I have right now. I'm planning on adding a CD player eventually, and eventually a cassette player. I have a ton of CDs. I only have one cassette, but hey, equipment is cool, and I like obsessing over stuff like this. So yeah, eventually it'll be added on, and it'll be the ultimate little stereo system. Eventually, over time, I might, replace a speaker or have to fix the turntable or just upgrade the equipment in general, but this is the beginning, and I'm very proud of it. I had a lot of fun building it. If you're getting started in building your own stereo system, you don't want to have a little briefcase record player or have a little standalone all-in-one CD player, and you want to build something like this, just go for it. Just go for it. It's definitely more expensive than doing like an all-in-one, and obviously your budget is your number one priority. But I guess when I say go all in on it, I guess what I mainly mean is that don't listen to the audiophiles on Reddit and in all the threads that you'll read through when they say everything sucks all the time. Just start somewhere. That's what you have to do. You just have to start somewhere. And then once you start somewhere, you'll know what you want, where to go from there. If you're happy with what you have, you're happy with what you have. That's about it. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I would recommend it if you're into physical media like I am. Comment down below some records I should get to play on this thing, and I know it's kind of a generic YouTube thing, but please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I never really say that, but my channel low-key kind of fell off recently. The numbers haven't been as good as they were about a year ago, so please, I'm desperate. Or don't do those things, I really don't care. This video obviously won't be monetized because I've been playing copyrighted music, so if you want to help me out at all, you can join the channel. I have channel memberships. I don't really post a whole lot there, but whenever I live stream, you can use emotes if you pay for it. Same thing on Twitch. Hey, if you have Amazon Prime and you use Twitch, you should use your Prime sub and sub to me on Twitch, and you won't see any ads on the streams over there. And you'll get to use emotes, the same as on YouTube. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll update this as it goes on. And yeah, have a good one. Goodbye.